Are you losing weight or trying to lose weight and you're feeling like no matter what you try, you just cannot stick to your daily calorie or points range? This video is for you. This is the second video in the series. The last video was for people who say, I just can't eat all that food. There's no way I can eat all that. And even if you feel like you can't relate to that, go back and watch that video, because I bet you will find some things that you actually are doing in that area that you didn't even realize. But in this video, we're going to talk about when you just blow through your points, you go through all your points, all your calories, and eat way more, and you think, I can't even begin to stick to that calorie range. It feels totally unrealistic. And I can totally relate to that. Right now, we are running a fall weight loss challenge. We have almost 300 women in the challenge. And part of their accountability is to post their food log every day. And some women are going way over their points or calories every day, and they're saying, I'm trying, but I just cannot stick to this. This is what I call ugly tracking, and they say in the group, I commit to ugly tracking. So if that is you, type it in the comments, I commit to ugly tracking. Because the first step in overcoming this is to just get honest about it, which is really hard. I don't know about you, but when I first started, I was tracking, except when I wasn't. I wasn't tracking at night when I was going over. I wasn't tracking on the weekends. I wasn't tracking when I was binging. I wasn't tracking when I was going out to restaurants or to people's houses and saying, well, I don't know what the points are in that. It's not my fault. I can't track it. So the first step is to honestly track what you're actually eating, even if it's hard, even if it puts you like negative 50 Weight Watchers points or negative 1,000 calories. We have to get honest about what you're actually eating before we can even make any kind of changes. And then once you get honest, I know it's hard. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of bravery, even if nobody else sees it, even if you're not in our challenge, but you just know it takes some courage to have those negative numbers or to see it go into the red. So I give you kudos just for tracking honestly. Just that right there is your first step. So when I first started Weight Watchers, it was brutal. I mean, I had a daily McDonald's habit for lunch, and it was really painful to see that my quarter pounder with cheese was like 25 points. And then there was another 15 points for my fries, and that was just that one meal. We're not even talking about like my nightly ice cream that was like 15 or 20 points. I mean, of course I was going over my points. And I want to ask you too, if you're struggling to stay within your points or calories, are you feeling angry? Because deep down, that's how I felt. I got mad. I was really mad. I was mad at Weight Watchers. Like, what do you mean this burger is 25 points? That's ridiculous. I was mad at their system. I felt like it wasn't fair. How come everybody else gets to eat this stuff and I don't? What do you mean these chips are 15 points? That's ridiculous. That's just what I eat as the appetizer at the Mexican restaurant. That's not fair. And I felt like I would starve if I stayed within these points. I mean, I really got mad. If that's you, let's own up to that. Be honest about that, because you might almost be like continuing to eat these really high points because you're mad about it. So just saying it out loud, just owning up to it is very powerful. What we say out, we don't have to act out. And so when you can start to say honestly some of these feelings, that's how you can change your behavior. So if you're mad about it, tell me about it in the comments. It's okay, I can handle it. Tell me that you're mad. Tell me that you think it's not fair. Tell me that, you're frustrated. I get it. And then once you've done that, get all those feelings out, it's time to get honest and just say, you know what? This truth hurts, but it is the truth. This is the reality. If you want to see a change, it's time to start making some changes. Nothing's going to change unless you change your behavior. And so, it does really stink that all those foods are so high in points or calories, but this is the honest reality of what it is. Your body is counting calories whether you are or not. So whether you're keeping track of it or not, your body still is. And it's not getting you what you want, is it? You don't feel good. You don't feel like your clothes fit well. You're struggling with, going up a flight of steps, or your knees really hurt, or your arthritis is flared up. You don't want any of that. You want to make these changes. Yes, it's going to be hard, but you know what? You can do hard things. Type that in the comments. I can do hard things. And in today's food culture, it is so easy to overeat. And friend, you're not alone. And if you think everybody else is getting away with it, no, they're not getting away with it. There's a reason why almost half of our culture is overweight or obese. They're getting away with nothing. So it is a huge problem. Our food industry is a huge problem, but we're not going to change our food industry today. So we need to work within the culture of where we are. All right, so these are your next steps. We are going to talk about some small, realistic changes that you can make that are going to have a huge impact. I'm going to give you 3. You just pick one. Start with one that's doable and go from there. And when I share these, tell me in the comments which one you're going to do. So number 1, I want you to check out calorie density. This is a free guide that's on my website, theholymess.com. There's a series of YouTube videos. I'll put the link below. This is a game changer. A lot of people have told me that this makes a drastic difference. So I have foods categorized into green, yellow, and red. That doesn't mean like good and bad. It's just about calorie density, the amount of calories. Think of it like the amount of calories per bite. What I want you to do is make a commitment to add one of these green foods to every meal. And ideally, eat those foods first. So we're not taking anything away from you. I'm not saying you have to change your McDonald's. I'm not saying you have to change your regular Dunkin' or Starbucks order or whatever, but you're gonna make a commitment that you're gonna add one of these foods first. You're gonna take a bite of these foods, at least one bite first, before you eat anything else. So we're not taking anything away, but we're gonna add this, but you need to commit to this, that you're really gonna do this. And it might even feel kind of stupid, like really, I'm really gonna steam fresh some broccoli and eat that before I eat my McDonald's? Yes, that is really what I'm saying you're gonna do. Or you're gonna grab a banana or an apple and you're gonna take it in the car with you and you're gonna eat that first before you go drive through Dunkin' Donuts. Yes, that's really what I'm saying. Or for your afternoon snack, you're gonna eat one of these before you have it. Yes, I really am saying that, but we're not taking anything away if you do that one. So that's number 1. Number 2, one small, tiny change that is going to shave off just a few calories or points from whatever you're eating. And I want it to be so small that you almost feel like it's stupid. So like maybe your family is gonna order a bucket of fried chicken and normally you eat 3 pieces. So maybe tonight you eat 2 pieces and you take the skin off of one and you eat the 3rd piece without the skin. Or maybe you eat the pizza you normally eat, but for your last piece, even if it's like your 5th or 6th piece, you take the topping off and just eat the topping and you don't eat the crust. Seriously, I'm talking a very small change. Maybe instead of glugging the ranch dressing on, you drizzle it on. So you're still getting, like, instead of 5 tablespoons, you're getting 4. And you might be thinking, like, what difference does that make? Well, but it does. Because that's that could potentially be a couple hundred less calories than you ate yesterday. I don't care if it's over your points. I don't care if it's over your calories. At least it's a little bit less. That's an improvement. So that's your option for your next step, number 2. Some tiny little change, even if it feels stupid. And then number 3, one time per day, I want you to sit down when you eat and actually pay attention to what you're eating and not do anything else. Sit your behind down on the chair, put your phone away, and you know what, for me, I had actually put it in the next room because I'm so tempted to scroll. I'm so tempted to want to read things while I eat. Turn off the TV. No, don't even sit in front of the TV. Sit in your kitchen and eat just one time, just one. So it could be breakfast, it could be a meal, it could be one of your snacks, it could be your coffee, I don't care, but whatever it is, you're gonna sit and you're gonna actually pay attention to what you're eating. And you might be quite uncomfortable. This was very hard for me, but that's it. I'm not taking anything away from you. I'm not saying anything less. You have to eat the exact same thing you've been eating all along, but just for that one time per day, you're gonna sit and not do anything else and actually pay attention to your food and your body. Okay, so which one can you commit to? Just pick one. It's either going to be check out the calorie density and add 1 green food per day, or it's gonna be one teeny tiny change that's so small it feels stupid, or you're gonna sit and savor your food 1 time per day. I want you to commit to one of those and tell us in the comments, and then a week from now, I want you to email me and tell me how it's going, Sarah@theholymess.com. I totally want to hear from you. If you commit to one of those for a week, I'm telling you, you are going to see a big change. I also recommend, if this is a place where you're really struggling, check out our meal plans. We have several meal plans on our website. It's just gonna give you that structure and that guidance. I wrote these based on what I really eat, maintaining a 100-pound weight loss, and they're very filling, they're satisfying. It's real whole food, but there's some junk food in there too. It's gonna give you that structure and those boundaries to just kind of get you started. No, you're not gonna need a meal plan forever. You're gonna be able to do this on your own, but just to start with, it gives you those healthy boundaries to guide you and where to go from here. All right, I can't wait to hear from you about the progress you're gonna make. I'm Sarah with The Holy Mess. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.